In this video, I'm going to go over Micron technology on the weekly time frame only, and I'm going to show you how I plot out the fixed range volume profile. A viewer named Murat just picked up this stock, so I thought I'd go over the chart. I own it as well. It ended the day at $58.44. It is up 3.95%. The 52-week low, $53.60. The 52-week high, $98.45. Volume lower than normal with 15.6 million shares traded. We typically see 19.2 million shares traded. It has a market cap of $65.2 billion and it pays a dividend yield of 0.68%. Taking a look at the performance for the week, it is up 4.54%. For the month, it is down 11%, and for the year, it is down 28%. Under the technicals, it's considered a sell as of this moment. Under the analyst rating, it's considered a strong buy. And on tradingview.com, the one-year price target is $101.55. That would be an increase of 73%. Now, on tipranks.com, the average forecast is $105. The low is 56, the high is 165. On stockanalysis.com, the low is 56 as well. The average 104 and the high is 73. If it were to go up from where we are today to $105, that would be a return of 78%. If it goes up to $165, that would be 178% return. And if we make it to the high end of 173, that would be a return of 192%. Of course, it may never get there, or it could take a very long time to do so. This would be a long-term target here. Now notice when you use this chart, let me make this a little bit bigger. I'm going to point out a couple things. This is resistance up here, and what happens when a stock hits resistance? This is 3 standard deviations. It tends to sell off at resistance because people are taking their profits and they're running. Then it fell all the way down here past the middle or the median of the trend, and then consolidated and then moved back up. And we hit it again at 2 standard deviations, a little higher, and again there, and it starts to fall down. And right here at -2 standard deviations is support. This started to run when it hit support. And when a stock is down here, this line becomes resistance. This is another level of resistance, resistance, and resistance. If the stock is here and it continues to fall down, that line is support and support again. And notice we hit resistance here, and we hit resistance here, and now we are back at support. Will this stock rinse and repeat? We'll keep our fingers crossed for that. Let's take a look at the RSI. It is going straight up. We are no longer touching the oversold zone, where people like to start picking up shares as well if they're bargain hunting on a quality stock. And we are at basically 36. The MACD has sold off here, and it has not crossed over to the upside yet. We need this to turn up and this to continue to go up to show us there is a true sign of a reversal, and I don't think we're quite there just yet, but getting better. Now, let's go ahead and make this a little bit bigger. What I'm going to do now is plot out the fixed range volume profile, and it's right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's the 7th tab down right here. The fixed range profile, if you star that, that will be included then in my favorites down here. Notice it just appeared. So if I unclick it, it disappears. If I click it, I've just added it to my favorites. So I'm going to click on it. Oh, let me delete that. All right, let's plot this out. If I want to know where volume has been on a certain time frame, and I go ahead and enable this, let's just take it from here. Oops, I need to highlight that. let's plot it from here to here. I want to see where volume was and at what price people were piling in. Right here, this is the point of control, and that is at about $71.55. From this move, January 3rd, all the way to this move, June 27th, the point of control, or the highest volume, is $71. This down here is volume as well, but this just tells you the moves up and down, but it doesn't tell you price. This fixed range volume profile tells you the exact price that people were getting in. Now this upper bar here is the point of extreme. This is another point of extreme. This is where the least amount of volume happened. People use this as the take profit level. If you're shorting it down here, possibly, right here, that's the take profit area. This is another take profit area. And notice how this lined up with 2 standard deviations. Down here, we're at -2 standard deviations. And if you played the linear, then if it got down here, my ears would perk up because I also like to buy along this line and along this line of support as the stock goes down. That is, I do that for quality stocks that I want to get in on. But here it did hit support from up here, this middle trend. So that just kind of lined up right there as well. And this right here is also used as support and resistance. So this is the point of control, the point of extreme right here, the lowest bars. And the blue bar is bullish and the gold bar is bearish volume. But I don't use that or pay attention to that. As a matter of fact, if you wanted to remove that and just see one bar, right click, hit settings, and under the inputs right here, up and down, watch the screen. Let me move this out of the way. If you change this to total, it will make this whole bar blue. So you're not distracted by the bearish and the bullish gold and blue bars. So right there again, the point of extreme at 71.58. You could do this at any point that you wanted to, and the indicator plots itself. Let's take a look at this move during the COVID crash right here. Notice how this hit support and then it ran. Okay, as I mentioned. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to choose a point, and I want to know the volume here and at what price people were in. So right here, the point of control is $49.43, and this is the take profit area up here and the take profit area down here. So if you took profit up here, it never actually reached that high back then. So here at -3 standard deviations, that lines up with what I use the linear for, is to let people know that at resistance up here, people are also selling off because they want to get their money, cash out, and run. And that move from here to here was a 208% return. The move from here to here is a 50% return. But the move down from here down, because you cannot expect a stock to continue to run without consolidating, taking a breather, going back down, and then hopefully go back up again. But that was a decrease of 32%. And here, this move is a decrease of 45%. But that is how I chart out my stocks. I don't really use the fixed range volume profile all the time. I just use it sometimes for fun. And just like I would use the Fibonacci retracement for fun, or mark out other things. For instance, I'm just looking at this and something glares at me here. So I'm going to take this to this. Whoops. And so possibly that is a target area for me, and that lines up with 2 standard deviations and also a price target on trading view that at 105. Then if you wanted to, you could also do this. I mean, the more things that you put on, sometimes it makes things convoluted and it clogs things up. So I just try to make everything clean, but there are so many things that you can use, and it's just fun to chart out as well. But I don't keep it on here because then it makes my chart look like a hot mess. But one other thing, let's just try that. And that's your Fibonacci retracement as well. So as you can see, this is getting clogged. All kinds of tools you can use on TradingView, and it's pretty easy to use and lots of better tutorials out there. But I just wanted to show you that and Micron technology on the weekly time frame. If there is a stock that you'd like me to go over, please let me know. And to see my other stock picks, check out my other videos. Thanks for watching.